Hey guys, and welcome to another streaming video. Today's video is going to be another episode of my series Showdown series. In today's episode, we're going to be comparing New Super Mario Bros. From the DS against New Super Mario Bros. 2 from the 3DS. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first category is gameplay. Now as you may know, throughout this 2D Mario game series, things aren't too different, but there's still enough to compare these two games. In New Super Mario Bros. DS, there were a few brand new power-ups. Of course, there was the Fire Flower, Superstar, Super Mushroom, but they introduced the Mega Mushroom, which was so cool and a big selling point for this game. It's a shame that this was rarely included throughout this game, and I'm surprised they wasted this great chance to make a huge improvement to the game. Also, the blue shell was introduced to us. I really liked this power up as it was so unique at the time, and they allow you to really speed through some levels, which I find really fun and exhilarating. I'm surprised this was taken out in the next title in the series, and it's still yet to return unfortunately. But besides power ups, they control really well. You notice how I said they? Yes, that's right, you can play as Luigi in this game. You simply have to hold L and R when entering a save file, and there you go, you're the better brother. But yeah, there's a triple jump which had never been seen in any previous 2D Mario games, as well as wall jumps, which I never noticed how much extra they can add to levels with wall jumps. It allows for so much more exciting design. But anyway, now onto the 3DS edition. There's a decent range of power-ups in this game too. They brought back the Mega Mushroom, which like the previous title was barely used, the Fire Flower, the Mini Mushroom, which allowed for some cool little secrets. There's the returning Tanuki Leaf from Super Mario Bros. 3, which really helps throughout this game, and I can't imagine what the game would be like without it. Now some brand new ones were given to us too. Due to the large amount of coins, and them being the main theme of the game, these power-ups obviously allow you to get more coins. There's the Gold Flower, which turns stuff you hit into coins, from enemies that just give you extra coins after killing them. Then the boxes you hit also just transform into coins, which is pretty cool, and if you're going for that 1 mil coin title screen, then yeah, you're probably going to want to use this as much as possible. Well, that or the gold block. This is pretty much just a helmet that looks like a gold block. Basically, whenever you run, you gain coins, and the speed that you're moving determines how many coins you get. Sadly, this is only for a short period of time, as it runs out pretty quickly, but I'm not complaining with a few extra coins. Mario's movement is also solid in this game, and not too different from the DS edition. Apart from Luigi is also playable in this game, and controls the exact same as Mario. So overall, I think I gotta give the gameplay round to New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now the second category is level design. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people complain about how similar all the games are to one another, and a big reason for that is level design. However, I think there is quite a clear out and out winner here. In the original game, the levels are cool, and obviously as it's the original, the levels were completely unique for its time. Also, there was actually a decent amount of difficulty, which is kind of unusual for a New Super Mario Bros. Title. These levels were actually quite complex and involved actual bits of skill to complete. However, I don't think I can say that about the 3DS edition. These levels were far too easy in my opinion. I think the main reason for that was because of the big focus on coins. This just made the game far too simple, and despite the satisfaction that you get when getting these coins, it doesn't disguise how simple and bland these levels were. They were just far too empty in my opinion, with the odd Goomba and Koopa Troopa plotted about. It's just not enough. I think it's pretty obvious what game this category goes to: New Super Mario Bros. DS. Now the third category is bosses. Now like the previous category, I think this one has a clear winner too. The New Super Mario Bros. Series often lets us down when it comes to bosses, as it always seems to be either Boom Boom or the Koopalings. There's only one game where that isn't the case, and that game is New Super Mario Bros. DS. Yes, This game had unique bosses. I know, right? It's crazy. Not only were they unique, but they were incredibly fun too. We had a giant Goomba, which I personally find hilarious, an angry lightning Lakitu, which was really quite challenging, a mummy Wiggler, and the list just goes on. Unfortunately, the final Bowser fight didn't live up to the expectations that had been set due to the quality of the other bosses. Now in New Super Mario Bros. 2, the bosses went back to standard and boring. I find it strange that as soon as Nintendo took a step in the right direction, they just completely went back on themselves. I'm not saying the Koopalings aren't that fun, but it's just that we've had them too many times now, and they really don't provide much of a challenge. The final battle wasn't the best either. I mean, better than the originals, but still not the best. So once again, I have to give this category to the DS version. Now the fourth category is graphics. Now this category may seem a little bit unfair, as New Super Mario Bros. DS was released in 2006, whereas the 3DS edition was released in 2012, making it a 6-year and a whole new console difference. But sometimes nostalgia can play a key part in my mind, and well, just not this time. I don't really see this Mario sprite as very memorable, and if I'm gonna be honest, it just looks pretty crap. I feel bad for saying that, as it is an old game on a handheld, so what could you really expect? But then again, that's not my fault. So anyway, the 3DS edition actually looks surprisingly good, considering it's still on a handheld system. It's so colourful and vibrant, and the sprite actually looks pretty neat. So I think I just have to give this category to New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now the fifth and final category is soundtrack. The music in both of these games, and in all New Super Mario Bros. Titles for that matter, is quite similar. Well, that's only within the levels. They all still have that same kind of tune for the different level themes and stuff like that. But for this category, you got to consider the menu themes too. And if we're choosing on that matter, then oh boy, I think we've already got a winner. I personally love the title screen music for the original. Like sometimes I literally just put down my DS and just dance, because my body simply has to, because the music is that good. Now I'm not saying the 3DS version's music is bad, as it is far from that. There are many great hidden tunes in there, but unfortunately, I gotta say, nostalgia does have a bit to play for me here. Dang, I knew it was gonna hit me at some point. This game was one of my first Nintendo games ever, and I simply just fell in love with it. It was one of the main reasons I decided I love Nintendo. So yes, that means the winner of this category and the video is New Super Mario Bros. DS. And that's the end of today's video. Hope you guys really enjoyed. If you did, then please leave a like. As normal, please let me know if you agree with my decisions or not, and as well as that, comment down below what 2 games you want me to compare next in this series, because I really enjoy doing it. It's quite fun. So yeah, check out my Twitter, Patreon, Instagram, and Discord server in the description. Shout out to my patrons, the Nintendo Nerd, Thunder, and Galaxy. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new, as we're going for 350 subs, which would be sick. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.